I was really happy with the way we played Saturday. You know, with the weather and everything, the distractions, I thought our players did a great job of handling it. I was really happy with our defense. Again, I thought we played fast and physical, pressured the quarterback when he wasn't just getting it out of his hand right away. Didn't allow us to get as many sacks as you'd like because they threw the ball so quick, but it did force 4 turnovers. And some of those errant throws were because we had guys pressuring the quarterback, so that helped a lot. But our defense recognized what was going on. They played fast, tackled well, and really did a good job. Offensively, I was impressed that we didn't turn the ball over. We didn't even put it on the ground in the rain and wind. And I thought that we executed. Our offensive front controlled the line of scrimmage. You know, anytime you rush for 400 yards, your offensive line is doing a really nice job. Lamar had another big game. I believe Williams had a great game. Reggie had a big game. And, you know, special teams wise, Mason King really did a great job of punting the ball. I was kind of amazed how both punters did. Their punter did a great job too. You know, I really thought going in that that's what the wind would affect the most. And both guys really punted the heck out of the ball. So, you know, it really didn't affect the special teams much at all. I was also, when you look back on it and see how the seniors who walked out there on senior day, how well they played in the game, was pretty amazing. You know, with all the guys that was their last game they got to play in that stadium. A lot of them had huge games. Some of them had their all-time best games out there. So that was really good to see. Looking forward to our preparation for Kentucky. They got a good football team. They're playing good defense. They've a really good running back that we have to be able to tackle and defend. And their quarterback always does a good job being able to throw it and also make plays with his legs. So it'll be a good week of preparation, good challenge for us, but certainly we're looking forward to it. Questions?
You see much difference in Kentucky this year as opposed to last year?
I mean, I don't like really comparing teams or anything like that.
I mean, what they do.
They're doing a really good job of you know, on defense with the scheme that they use, and their secondary does a good job. Offensively, you know, they cause you some problems because they're very multiple formation-wise. They run the different brands of the Wildcat where it's direct snap to the runner, trying to gain an extra blocker. So, you know, we've got some things we got to really make sure we do a good job of in practice this week.
Bobby, when it comes to this game, how does it affect you guys in the months afterwards, whether you win it or whether you lose it? How does that dictate how things go for you?
I mean, when you win, it makes life a lot easier. No question about that. You know, it's a rivalry game. You know, there's a lot of them being played this week. I think that's a great thing about now having it as the last game of the year is it's rivalry weekend. So, you know, you want bragging rights, and you want to be able to use it in recruiting. And, you know, something that certainly is a big game for us.
You have plenty of film on this season. Will you go back and watch last year's game, or how do you handle it?
Yeah, we prepare for this game just like we do all the other games.
So I meant, would you watch the last year's? It's a different team.
I really like to talk about our team.
Well,
That's what I like to
about your.
How's Mekhi Becton doing, and how have you guys been able to just run the ball without him so far?
Yeah, Mekhi's doing really well. He ended up playing in the game, played really well, flexible, and really played a good game. So I think Cole played really well too. So the ability to now have another guy to maybe rotate in, keep him fresh. We'll just have to wait and see how practice goes throughout the week and determine how exactly we'll start the game. But I think you'll see them both playing for sure.
With your running game, you know, looking effective as it is the last few weeks, how much difficult does that make you guys to prepare for offensively?
Yeah, you know what it does? It makes it a lot easier to move the football because you have the ability to hand the ball to a running back and make yards. You get the ability to use some of our option game, get yards, and then, you know, still throwing the ball and being very efficient throwing the ball. We haven't had as many yards throwing the ball lately, but we've had great touchdown plays and big plays throwing the football. And I think those plays have been opened up by our ability to run the ball.
When you look at what Malik
did has done the last couple of weeks. I mean, if it hadn't been for the injury, I know there's no what ifs, but if it hadn't been for the injuries, how much he really could have helped this offense even last year, right?
Yeah, I'm just really happy that he's back playing, you know. I know how hard he worked and how devastated he was when he had the elbow injury, because he was really feeling good about his knowledge of the game, his knowledge of the offense, and how he was running the ball. And he, you know, at one point he thought maybe his senior year was over with. But he just did a great job of working. Our training staff and doctors did an unbelievable job. So it's just good to see him back out there, you know, playing fast and hard. You know, he seems really in tune to seeing what the blocks are and making decisive cuts, and then his acceleration is something that's been really good.
Sometimes with noon road games, you go down a day early, but this is, of course, different because it's only an hour away. How do you handle travel logistics? And
Yeah, we'll try to keep it as normal Friday as we can. And then, you know, after we have our walkthrough, we'll get on the bus and go over to the hotel there and then go through the same procedure that we normally would on a Friday night.
Bobby, with your kids, do you want to just see a normal week of preparation, or would you like to see maybe just a touch of an edge with them all week long?
Yeah, I don't think you have to talk a lot about the touch of an edge. They do that themselves. They handle that themselves. What we need to do is just really focus on our concentration in the meetings, our understanding, the things that we've been working on in the last 3 weeks is coming to practice and meetings with a really good attitude, and then going out and working as hard as we can and you know, trying to understand that we earn the right to win on the practice field. I think that needs to carry over, and we need to go out and have a great week of practice.
Where do you see that edge? What makes you notice that you sense a little bit?
I mean, they all know about the game and they talk about it. You know, we didn't have to say a whole lot.
What's your evaluation of your improvement in the last couple of games? 3 weeks, 2 games?
Yeah, I think we've made a lot of improvement. You know, defensively, I think it's great to have Jair back. Not only is he a tremendous player, but his energy, his excitement, his emotion, you know, all of that helps everybody else out there on the field. Their confidence level goes up. You know, he brings to the defense what Lamar brings to the offense as far as his energy. So I think that's really helped us, and I think that, you know, you see the way James Hearns has been playing, his ability to get after the quarterback, get the ball out, get the ball on the ground. I think that's really helped us too. He's playing as fast as he has all year in the last couple of games. You know, all those things add up and help us a lot.
Offensively, I guess the biggest thing's been the running attack.
Yeah, you know, we've been moving the ball consistently all year offensively. I think the ability to hand it to the running backs and the offensive line, controlling the line of scrimmage, allows Lamar to stay fresher and stay into the focus and concentration of the passing game. And, you know, when he is running the football, it takes a load off of him and puts it on other people, and that helps him, you know, stay into it for 4 quarters.
Do you feel like you always talk about how wanting to treat any game differently than another one, but then this game comes and you do sense that your team feels a little bit different. How do you merge those two philosophies and make sure that, well, you don't take any game lightly, but you do?
We just go out and practice. You know, we just go to the meetings, go out and practice, and our guys get ready to play and, you know, try to go out and put it all on the field.
You were talking about Jair a minute ago. There was a play the other day, might have been more, I happened to see a replay, where he was defending Ishmael, and Ishmael did kind of a stop and go. And it didn't look like Jair was reacting to him. It looked like he was running simultaneously with him. And how does he do that? How does he know what's coming?
Yeah, you know, that's just his mental part of the game. It, you know, allows you to be even a better player besides your physical part, is his understanding of splits, the routes, whether he raises his shoulders or lowers his shoulders. You know, Jair really does a great job of studying it. I think he took this matchup pretty personal and spent, you know, a great week and really working at it and knowing what was going on out there. And he was very, very competitive. But yeah, I know, I think it's the sluggo rock you're talking about, where he tried to run a slant and go, and we completely covered him. And then the quarterback got flushed out, so it was an excellent job. You know, know, he plays really well.
Do you sense that your team puts any added value to this game because of, you know, whether it's the difference between finishing 8-4, 7-5, better bowl game, anything about what this means for how you look at your season?
I mean, you're asking a lot of questions I really don't understand. But what we really do is go and prepare for the game that you're playing and do everything you possibly can to win that game. And that's it. Just focus on that. Focus on this week in practice, focus on today and the meetings when we come tonight, get things done, start getting prepared. Tuesday, you crank it up a little bit more. Wednesday, you crank it up a little bit more. We're going to get up early Thursday morning and have a morning practice, celebrate Thanksgiving together for a meal on Thursday, turkey meal, and let them relax a little bit. So it's kind of a lot of the vets will understand exactly what the routine is, and they'll help the freshmen and everybody, understand how you go through Thanksgiving week. They'll all get on the phone, call whoever helped them get here, thank them. That's something that I think is really important, is that they, whether it's mom, dad, grandma, coach, whoever that is, that they, get on the phone, give them a phone call, and thank them for everything they did to allow them to be where they are today.
Lamar mentioned after the Syracuse game that the way last year's game against UK ended, the turnover and stuff, that it's something that he's been looking forward to. Is that something he's talked about much since then, or?
No, I mean, Lamar doesn't talk about it a whole lot, but he's a great competitor, so I'm sure that, last year he put too much on himself, thinking that, that fumble cost us the game, and that's just how great competitors are. When you look back at a game like that, there were 15 other plays that if you just do it on that play, you win the game. So it's always, but I can see him saying that.
But the defense the last 2 weeks has been so good against the run. What challenges does a Wildcat bring to the defensive scheme?
Yeah, we really have to understand the formations and what they do out of it, who's eligible, who's not eligible, and they're trying to gain an advantage of a blocker with the direct snap. So we have to play fast. We can't hesitate. We got to get lined up, and something we've been working on now for 3 weeks is tempo. And when they do it, a lot of times they try to change the tempo.
Bobby, just in general, their ability to run the ball with Snell, how important is that for your front seven to be able to kind of bottle that up?
Yeah, we need to. He's a really good player. He's a physical guy. He runs hard. We got to make sure that we don't give him a lot of space, a lot of room to get through.
You said, I think it was Saturday after the game, that you feel like Lamar is fresher at this time of year than he was last year?
Yeah, I do.
Where do you see that?
I mean, by his acceleration and breaking tackles, and again, even when I watched the tape one more time, a couple of those touchdown runs and breaking tackles or something that you really saw the acceleration. I think the extra weight in his lower body is something that's really helped him too.
Can you remember about the last trip to Commonwealth when Cal threw some interceptions and Lamar came in? That was kind of his first really. I mean, he'd shown some flashes, but that was to that point his best game. From there, it's just kind of taken off. Did that kind of open your eyes?
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of even Reggie's true freshman year. Where you do some really good things and then take a break. Remember, Reggie sat out for a little bit, and then you come back, and all of a sudden the game was different for you. It was slower for you. You understood it better, and he just went out and really executed. He made a lot of big runs. He made good throws. He knew the speed of the game better. I think it was a huge stepping point for him and his confidence. It also, I think, what it did for him a lot was after that game, he came in and wanted to get meetings and get ready for the bowl game, and wanted to become a real quarterback, to really understand the passing game. So it was not only a great game for him, but it was something I think really helped him his motivation.